Hello, everybody. It's Ron Hurst. I'm coming to you to tell you briefly why I choose to vote for S. Marshall Wilson for governor. So, the short version is that back in 2020, I discovered this guy running as an independent party candidate, a write in for governor. Never knew anything about him and found his website, and I was like, wow, this candidate stands for everything 100% that I stand for as a voter, as a West Virginia citizen, as an American. Things like being 100% pro life without question, without exception. Things like being 100% pro gun, pro Second Amendment, without caving to silly things like red flag laws. Things like school choice, medical freedom, cool stuff like that. That's the short version. So, over the course of the last 4 years, I've actually gotten to know Marshall. And I've found out a lot more about him than just where he stands on politics. I've talked to him personally. I've sat down and eaten meals with him. I've watched him interact with his family, with other voters. I've watched him answer hard questions that people have asked him and challenged him on. I've seen how he interacts on social media. I have to say, this guy is very knowledgeable. He's relentless when it comes to defending the natural rights of all West Virginians. And because he has a little bit of experience already being in Charleston, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to things like how other politicians act. I've discovered that after getting to know him on a more personal level and observing him, that he's not your typical politician because he doesn't want to be a politician. When you look at other politicians, you'll see that they like to end up making a career out of it. They run for re-election and re-election and re-election, or they choose multiple different offices. Although Marshall is running again, he's not doing it because he wants to. And I can say this with 100% honesty. I've seen this guy. I've looked him in the eye when he said this. He doesn't want to be doing this. He wants to fade off into the sunset with his family. Wouldn't we all love to do that? But you see, Marshall realized something. The government will not get off our backs. The West Virginia government will not get off our backs. Marshall practices what he preaches. And I mean that. I encourage you all to look more into S. Marshall Wilson for governor. See if he lines up with the same principles that you stand for. I mean, the guy's got a long history of experience. He's got military background. He's got missionary background. I believe he's a Baptist minister still. As a family man myself, as a Christian, I believe that S. Marshall Wilson is the best choice for governor of West Virginia. Get out and vote.